Hello, it's Mark. Welcome to Scotch Sunday. Today, we're going to review Glenmorangie, A Tale of Ice Cream. Hello, it's Mark. Welcome to Scotch Sunday. Today, we're going to review Glenmorangie, A Tale of Ice Cream. I've been looking for this bottle for a while. For some reason, my area, it didn't come. I had to get with my local, and they got it transferred from a store in another city to where I could buy it from them. But finally it got there. This is in their Tale of series, which Tale of Cake, Tale of Winter, Tale of the Forest, Tale of Tokyo, and now Tale of Ice Cream. Tale of Cake I really enjoyed, which was finished in Tokai. Tale of Winter was in Marsala casks. Tale of Tokyo was in Mizunara casks. Tale of the Forest was in like some kind of botanical thing. I really didn't like that one very much. I think probably my favorite was Tale of Cake, followed by Tale of Winter. So Tale of the Forest I really just didn't care for. But anyway, finally was able to get this. I knew it's been out for a while. I do need to go ahead and pour this. So anyway, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for giving this a view. And we're going to go ahead and see what we got there. But anyway, Glenmorangie is a Highland single malt Scotch. They are at least at one time, I think they still are. They are the best-selling Scotch in Scotland. Glenmorangie means Vale of Big Meadows or Vale of Tranquility. They're a subsidiary of Louis Vuitton. They were founded in 1843 by the brothers William and John Matherson. Production began in 1849. Of course, like so many distilleries, mothballed during Prohibition and during World War II. It was originally a farm distillery just called Morangie, but evidence that distillation took place in that area going back to the 18th century. They have 12 stills, the tallest stills in Scotland. They are one of the first to do the casks finishes. Either them or Glendronach both have made that claim, so I'm not sure who. Glenmorangie owns a part of the forest in the Mark Twain National Forest in the Ozark Mountains, which ensures they can get their wood from oak, and they then send it to Jack Daniels and Heaven's Hill to age there in bourbon for 4 years. They air dry their wood as opposed to kiln dry it, and yeah, so they kind of like rent their oak out to Jack Daniels and Heaven's Hill. But so this is 46% ABV. It's aged in bourbon cask and toasted, and toasted new oak casks. Now, a lot of what they say online about vanillin, because this is like apparently like high vanillin, but yeah, they really just kind of strived to make something that had a lot of vanilla flavor in it. And let's see, Dr. Bill Lemson is the master, kind of whiskey master there. So his goal with this was to bring out sweet, creamy, vanilla-like flavors. And after a host of experiments, they kind of like used bourbon casks and finished them in these high vanillin casks, which are like I guess kind of like re-toasted to bring out those, and then rippling with I guess they kind of like, I don't know, scraped it, but kind of tried to get more out of the oak that was there. So okay, yeah, Glenmorangie always generally is a good bargain. At least their core line, the 10, which I think now may be a 12, they may have upgraded that to a 12. Quinta Ruban, La Santa, the Nectar d'Or, but they generally most of their casks are done first in bourbon and then finished in something, or just straight bourbon. There are a few out there that they didn't use bourbon casks. Bacalta, maybe, I think was one, but anyway, well, let me show this to you. So here we go. 46%. They don't like to tell you if they used color or chill filtration. Well, sometimes they tell you about filtration, but they never talk about color. Glenmorangie never talks about color. So, be that as it may. All right, Glenmorangie, a tail of ice cream, Highland single malt, Scotch, high vanillin, and bourbon casks, 46% ABV. From our director of whiskey creation, Dr. Bill, ice cream is one indulgent he cannot resist. Captivated by the elegant pleasures of his favorite ice cream parlor, he imagined a whiskey piled high with decadence. Marrying high vanillin and bourbon casks, his creation is a carousel of flavors: creamy peach, melba, and lemon sherbet melt into honeycombed coconut flakes, and fudge chunks are drizzled with toffee apple sauce. A delicious, extravagant treat. Yep, same thing on the box. So nice, pretty box. But yeah, it's a limited edition. Their Tale of series. Mizunara, the Tale of Tokyo was. I did like that one too. That was probably maybe my second favorite, maybe third. Kind of close between that and Tale of Winter, but yeah, I didn't care for the Tale of the Forest. Just I don't know. I know other people said that the Tale of Winter was their least favorite, but I can smell just this very, very strong smell, odors on this. Let's see what we get. Get that typical Glenmorangie orange. Very citrusy. Lemon citrus. Lemon. Vanilla. I don't know. Does it give me any clue as to what it's supposed to taste like? No, it doesn't. I don't know. Orange, lemon, honey, very Glenmorangie, just very much a Glenmorangie distillery character on this. Some like toasted almonds, like toasted nuts in here. Yeah, like a vanilla definitely comes through. Honey, I mean, there's definitely a Glenmorangie character to this with the citrus and the honey, but I'm getting more vanilla than I would normally expect from a Glenmorangie. Very creamy smelling almonds, these like toasted almonds. Definitely get some oak. So, all right, onto the palate. Very sweet. Ooh. Definitely get the orange. Peaches. I get some spice. I get like ginger and allspice and like baking spices. A lot more spices than I normally get with Glenmorangie. I don't get really those almonds I had before. Definitely get the citrus, orange and lemon citrus. I get ginger and cinnamon both. Normally I get one or the other, but this kind of has both. Probably more ginger. baking spices. Maybe some peaches. Yeah. Interesting. Tastes a little hotter than 46, so yeah, so there's definitely some, that spice in there is pretty strong. More vanilla cream now. Yeah, more vanilla cream. Like toasted coconut. Yeah, like toasted coconut, like kind of reminds me of a macaroon. Not a, what is it? There's a macaron, but no, not a macaron, macaroon, which is like that coconut, toasted coconut, evaporated milk and some vanilla extract. It's kind of, that's what this reminds me of, but definitely has a citrus note to it. But I get that macaroon in there. Vanilla. There's just a ton of vanilla in here. Some, definitely get some oak. Baking spices. Yeah, very good. Yeah, vanilla cream. Ginger. The spice really hits. I got a little bit of it, like that vanilla cream, and then the spice hits. Cinnamon, ginger, baking spices. Finishes nutty with these toasted almonds and toasted coconut. Very good. Okay, so better than, still not as good as Tail of Cake, but better than, certainly better than Tail of the Forest. So I guess this is the 5th in the series. Probably better than Tail of Winter. Probably better than Tail. It's probably the second best, maybe second or third in that series so far. I don't know how long this series is going to go on. I'd put it up there with like maybe the Tail of Winter. Probably like this one better. I'm going to say that. Maybe even the best one of the series. So, I'm feeling generous. I'm going to go 8 out of 10 on my 10-point Likert scale. Use a 10-point Likert scale because the larger your scale, the less reliable it becomes. So I use a 10.5, seems a little, doesn't give me enough nuance. So I use a 10-point Likert scale, 8 out of 10. Anything above 7 or above, you should definitely try and keep on your shelf. So I will keep this on my shelf. It is a good Scotch for people who, if you want to introduce them to something unique other than something out of your core Scotch. So there you have it. We'll see you next time.